It's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello. This is the foreign show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the bands. Hello, hello. It's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello. This is the foreign show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, you're on the panel this evening. Is the one and only Bridgeman and the legend. Evening, gentlemen.
Hello, guys.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Oh, what did you get? I get a lovely fridge magnet. What did you get?
Ah!
I get nothing off my Tommy, not a thing.
Stormy weather.
A lovely fridge magnet.
Ah, but
Is
you were
that the
due, pal.
Ibrox? Is
You
that
were
the
due.
Ibrox bar in Tenerife, that magnet?
It is indeed, pal, yes.
Oh, nice, mate. I like that, mate. Thanks very much for that. I'll treasure that.
You're welcome.
And just for the record, what did you get, Fox?
Nothing, mate. Nothing. I'm well salty in this show.
How do you fancy a second-hand fridge magnet? Anyway, good to hear you back.
Brilliant.
All's well. Obviously, there's been a few things happened since you were last on, mate. A few results.
Yeah.
Just for the record, mate, what was the experience watching the games like in the foreign pubs? Not that I've ever done it myself, of course. How did you enjoy it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good. The first one we got to was a Kelly game.
Mm-hmm.
Got there on the Tuesday, and the Kelly game was on the Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
We jumped in a taxi, and of course we got caught up in traffic. Just got there in time. Ran up the stairs me and the wife ran up the stairs in the Ibrox bar. we got to the top of the stairs, or just before it. Rangers scored, so I managed to see the replay of that. I got to the bar to get a drink for her, and big queue at the bar, of course. And just as I picked the drink up after the bar, I looked up at the telly once again, and there Kelly had scored a smashing goal. So for the rest of the night, I was sitting, getting more and more frustrated, but thoroughly enjoyed. The atmosphere was excellent.
And what kind of numbers were there, Bridge?
Whoa, I don't know how many that holds. I would imagine there's a couple of hundred in there. At the end of it, the place was mobbed, absolutely stowed.
Atmosphere?
Oh, great. Sash bash stuff,
Mm-hmm.
It was great stuff, really good. Now, even the wife enjoyed the sort of atmosphere, and her and this other woman got talking, so she enjoyed it.
Well, just obviously she'd be saying it's a pity you were there, apart from that.
Absolutely.
I just don't think unless people see that, there's pubs all over the world who are full with people wanting to watch your team, mate.
Wow. You should have, by the way, the same bar, should have seen it when we were playing Motherwell there last Sunday. Oh my God. There was even more. They were standing in lanes opposite catching sights there. They just couldn't, not enough room for them. They were managing to sneak in past people and go round the back and doing somebody's driveway and things like that. Amazing stuff. But that, obviously yourselves who saw the game and the Sunday, it was a fantastic result for us, a fabulous result for us, really and truly. 7-1. Oh, we were all wanting double figures. Yeah, really and truly. It was great. It was just wonderful to see, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was absolutely boiling, lovely weather, and great people, great company.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Fox, have you ever had the pleasure to watch the games in any foreign climes like
that? No, I don't think I ever went on holiday during the football season, mate. I was always for it, Was there a gift shop next to that Ibrox bar?
Obviously.
Hundreds of them.
Obviously.
Hundreds of them.
No, just asking out of curiosity.
Why?
Oh, where's my fridge magnet?
Oh, for that? Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry. No.
Must be the weight in the suitcases, mate.
I was just about to say that there.
It must have been at his limit.
Right over the limit. Right over it.
What shade of blue are you calling that, Bridge?
Sky.
No, there's no Sky. I'm sure we'll come to Sky.
Exactly.
So, it's your show. Obviously, the build-up of the game hasn't really started yet, Fox, to the Livingston game, but a big game for us. A chance to put pressure on teams round about us, eh? Fox? They left us.
Oh, no. We play at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I don't
That's
think...
very unusual.
Aye, it is unusual. The puddle drinkers, as have now been christened on here, are not playing to 12:30 the next day. So we've got a wee chance to go past them temporarily anyway. So let's hope we can get this game, put it to bed and move on, as we say. We're due to give Livingston a wee bit of payback for the defeat they gave us when we played there. So I'm looking forward to it.
What's your thinking, Bridge?
Oh, as much as you said just a minute ago, another massive game for Rangers. This is the games we have to prove ourselves. Have we got the bottle to step up? And here's a chance to do just that. Step up, win the game, get your 3 points, and you'll go up to the top of the league, which will put a bit of pressure on them across the road, where they know then they've got to win their game. Otherwise, they're just going to drop points, which they can't afford to do anyway. But it means that their bottle will crash. So all these things go through your head with these times, and it gets it more and more. Shall we say, you get more and more tension in the game, and more enjoyable if you're the ones that come out the victors. Just amazing. So big game.
Aye, Fox, Steven Gerrard's been in the job for 6 months. He's brought Scottish football back to the fore in the mainstream media. Obviously, there's been announcements of some deals that they've struck. How much do you think the Gerrard effects had in that?
I'd probably say massive, mate. Great deal of interest outside of Scotland to see how he performs as a manager. And up to now, I don't think the Rangers support are anyway dissatisfied with how he's done. Good run in Europe so far. Had a wee bit of ups and downs in the league, but I think most teams in the league have done the same. So it's all about consistency as we move forward. If we can string a lot of results together before the January break, this could be a good time of the year for us. I'm very happy with what he's done. I'm happy how some of the signings have worked out. We've had a lot of injuries. We've managed to cover for them. And last week was the first time for me that we passed and moved the ball really, really well and took every one of the chances that were presented to us. So another performance like that, Ibrox, and I'll be a happy bear.
I think last week's game, it's hard to judge how good a performance it was, Bridge, due to the circumstances. I mean, for me, the third goal killed the game as a contest, and we played well in the second half, but it's hard to judge, mate.
Yeah, I think we haven't been greatly complimentary towards Arfield, but I thought the first goal, Arfield just stroked it into the net. He managed to great bit of skill, controlling the game. Brilliant. And it was the same with his second goal. Switched over to his left foot and stroked it into the net. I dare say that's the type of goals that he'll say. I've been saying for a while, why doesn't he just thump the ball, have a dig, a real hammer it into the net? But he doesn't appear to do that. He appears to like to find a way of sweeping it into the net, or passing it into the net. But he did really well there. Oh, look, I said it. I said it just after this. We're under no illusions. Eventually we're playing 10 men, but we absolutely pounded that team. We absolutely pounded that team, So that's why I'm saying we could easily have had 10 there. And I wish it had been 10, but
Yeah. So the big story maybe people want to talk about the day, Fox, is maybe this afternoon was the announcement that we're going back to just Sky showing the league games. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody's got any thoughts on that. But if they have got thoughts on anything Rangers related, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972. I nearly forgot the number there. Sorry.
Same as you forgot Foxy's fridge magnet.
That's terrible. Foxy, forgive me.
No.
He's not talking to you. Where else can you join us, Fox?
You can join us at rangersradio.online. If you've phoned in before, I'll have you in the bank of callers that we accept for calls. And if it's your first time, if you phone in, I'll get back to you and then bring you into the call.
Yeah, I think we've got a caller coming in. Yes, we do. It's the one and only GFK. Evening, GFK.
How you doing, guys?
How are you, mate?
I'm alright, how are you, pal? It's good to hear your voice again.
Did you get a wee fridge magnet? Or was it just me?
Well, if I meet him at the bistro on Saturday, I'm hoping there's a wee fridge magnet coming my way, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
You might get the bottle opener that goes with this, mate. It's obviously a set, mate.
Right, okay, so if there was 3 parts to that, then Fox should I get something as well?
I'll get the bottle. I'll get the empty bottle, mate, the cap.
How you doing, Fox, alright?
Alright, Jimmy, how are you?
No bad. Bridge, how was the holiday?
The holiday was marvellous, Jimmy. Absolutely fantastic, thanks.
Good.
Really enjoyed it. It was the wife thoroughly enjoyed it. Best place I've ever been for a hotel.
Did the wife get me a fridge magnet?
No.
Ah, well. Just before I go to my main point, guys, we're talking about the last result there. It was a fantastic day that day against Motherwell, 7-1, and it was a joy to behold, as I said at the time. It was absolutely fantastic. But anyway, the Sky deal, guys. I'm going to throw the cat among the pigeons here. I'm no for the Sky deal. I think it's a crock. I think we've been better staying with BT, and before everybody out there in the lobby gets up in arms, you know, about we want to get rid of Sutton. Look, Sutton will still be in a job. He does a show down there on a Saturday when there's no Scottish football to cover, so we should get out of that. But I mean, my perception of watching Sky and watching BT is that I think that BT get a better coverage. You know, we've got the Kevin and Perry Scottish football on a Saturday sometimes, which is Chris Commons and Chris Boyd. It's excruciating to watch. I just think that we're too much involved in we hate Chris Sutton, and we all do hate Chris Sutton. But there's me and Chris Sutton on the BT panel. Well, we've got Kevin Thompson, we've got Ali McCoy, we've got Alec Ray, and I know that we occasionally have Craig, and we have Craig in every meeting. We've got Sutton, but to me, I think Sky will use us as a space filler, apart from the Rangers Celtic games, and for me, it's a non-event. I'm not trying to get at guys who can't get to the games, because I know that it's a full house at Ibrox every home game, you know. But I put my money in for my season ticket, and I don't want the games to be changed worse than they are now to accommodate Sky. I know we're playing Thursday, Sunday now because they were in the Europa League, but believe you me, guys, I can see a big change come the season after next. Our fixture list will be totally obliterated, put everywhere and anywhere. Sky have got the Monday night. Will they give us the Friday night? I hate Friday night football, and I can see Sky doing that as well. For me, it's a money-grabbing exercise, and it's to appease the people who stay at home. All I'm going to say is, too bad if you can't make the game, too bad. I pay my money up front, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way, but I know a lot of the guys on here come from far afield, and that's the only way of watching football. But as a blue noser of long standing, I want to go and see my team, hopefully on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I don't mind a wee bit of leeway here and there to accommodate games, but I just think it's a total shambles.
All right. Is it going to change particularly with the kick-offs? I mean, what have we got this now? We'll get Friday nights, Sunday mornings, well, lunchtime, Sunday afternoons, Saturday mornings. Could it get any worse, really, Jimmy, for the supporter?
Of course it can, because they have us as their sole. They're our sole providers at SPFL. There isn't any bouncing back and forth with BT. They have us there. Well, they give more to the English Championship than they're going to give to us. And that is there. I mean, the English Championship, by all accounts, is supposed to be the 5th best league in the world, allegedly. So where do we stand in that? We're probably not even in the top 10, right? Because they show all sorts of football for the world. To me, I'm a subscriber to Sky, and obviously I'll still pay that. I know there's other platforms that all the guys can go and watch the games, and I appreciate that. But as a Rangers season ticket holder going to see the games at Ibrox, I can appreciate that the games have got to be changed for accommodating Europa League games, Champions League games, or Scottish Cup or whatever. But I think Sky will use it as a space filler. And that's my fear about it. For me, I think it's a crock. But I'll go with it. I'll still buy my ticket and go to the games.
Listen, it's all about opinions, mate. Isn't it? I sympathise with some of your points. Fox, what's your thinking, mate?
Doesn't bother me who shows it, to be honest with you. I don't listen to the commentaries on them most of the time anyway, because I don't like most of the people that comment. I present the shows on the Scottish football shows. I don't think there'll be many games apart from the Rangers Celtic game that will be live for Ibrox. It'll be away games. That suits me, as I'm one of the ones that doesn't go to away games too all for that now, and there's quite a lot of people in the same situation as myself, so the more money they get, the better, mate, and if that's the best deal, I don't really care who shows it, as long as the quality's good on the telly, that's the main thing.
That's a point of view as well, also, Fox. Bridgeman, you're a traditionalist. 3 o'clock the Saturdays, the time of football. Does it upset you, the change of kick-offs for the TV viewer?
To be perfectly honest, I don't even think too much about it, because I know it's going to be awkward anyway. And obviously they're like anyone else. They're trying to make a buck out of it, if you can call it that. I just wish that Rangers, particularly at Ibrox, would get back to the traditional times and get back to, if we can, get back to Saturday at 3 o'clock. That's when I want to go and see my football. It's more preferable. I'm under no illusions that some of these days are going to have to be Sundays or awkward days because they're on the telly. I always think the Rangers should be first, but and even I think most Rangers fans think the same thing. But we have to put up with it because that's what we live with. We live with, because and to get Ibrox in full glory on the TV is really great to watch as well. It's a spectacle, you know. So it's nice to see that. But for traditional, me, I'm a traditionalist. I would prefer every league game for Rangers at Ibrox was at 3 o'clock. Away games, well, it's going to be different. Obviously, you can take your hat off to the Rangers Bears that travel all over the country following the Rangers. They go at such strange times to make these games. But they get there and they do us proud. And most of the times they do us proud. I'm a wee bit different for you guys, or particularly Jimmy. Then the television deal. I'm pleased because it's they've went from a spread. A lot of games have been shown by BT. They're now, from a league perspective, are now going to be shown by Sky. And I prefer the Sky one because there's a lot more people with BT who are totally anti-Rangers, and that's my only divisor there. I think I agree a bit with Ox when he says maybe the quality's a bit better. I remember it was at Fox, I'm not dead sure. I think that he was saying the quality was a bit better. That could be true, but I've got BT Sports, so I'm going to lose out of it. So I'm going to have to cancel it. Or I like to keep it for the European games and things like that. The one thing I have to say, biggest complaint at the moment about BT, and I never noticed it until I was away on holiday there and I was watching one of the European games. And the early kickoff, and you guys are probably laughing at me because the early kickoff one, when it was like 5:30, just for say, or 5 to 6, they came on and I was a bit. I'm sitting in this big lounge, sports bar in the hotel, and I'm thinking, who's that I'm watching? And I realised it was actually...
He was sitting in a honky in Chicago.
In Chicago, aye. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm going like, it can't be Hartson. what's BT doing? Why are they bringing Hartson on for a Rangers European game? And it was Hartson and Jimmy Miller. And then when the camera
Kenny
pulled
Miller?
out, no, Kenny Miller, sorry, yeah. And when the camera pulled
Jimmy
out,
Miller wouldn't have been on with Hartson.
when the camera pulled out a wee bit away from them, it's for Celtic Park, and I'm going, what's going on here? Why is this? So I don't know what tricks have been pulling. I believe they've done it before. One of the guys in the lounge said that. So if any of you guys in the lobby have seen it, I would say good riddance to them. Get them away from our European games.
It was the same 2 weeks before when they done.
I'm saying I never noticed it. I did
They
it.
done our game against Moscow. Their game was early, and then our game was the later kick-off. And all the coverage came for Ibrox.
All right, so when the opposite way.
Yes.
Right, okay. So their game was early. Right, okay.
And that was reported on for our stadium.
Right, okay. So I never noticed that because I didn't watch their game, so apologies.
You've read too much into it, mate.
Well, okay, that's fair enough.
So it'd be great to hear from people with any views on the new Sky deal. Jimmy's obviously got strong views and fair play him. It's 0141 356 1972. And where can you join us, Bridgeman?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Fox will bring you in, make sure you're okay, and look after you.
Has TV coverage been the death knell of football? Because I was looking today, Fox, I was looking at some of the attendances in the bygone days of yore, and we made some excellent teams. We're not getting the crowds, we're getting the snooze, so has football really affected the game that much? Sorry, has television really affected the game that much?
No, I wouldn't say they have, mate. I mean, Ibrox is sold out every home game nearly, and has been near enough sold out for the last 45 years. Rangers support have been absolutely tremendous in backing their club, and I don't know. As I say, mate, it doesn't affect season ticket holders because there'll not be many games covered at Ibrox or at the Bigot Dome either. It's the away games, and there's a big load of support out there that need the television coverage, mate, to watch Rangers for away games. As you know yourself, I mean, I was talking to a guy there a couple of days ago about the up-and-coming game in Vienna, where it's rumoured we've got 800 tickets and there's supposed to be 14,000 Rangers supporters chasing the 800 tickets. Now, there's no way we're going to see that without television, and it's got a big part to play. I don't like the different times like all the rest of them. I do like Friday night games for some reason. I don't know why, but I think Friday night football's quite good. I don't like the half-12 kick-offs on a Sunday. I don't think that's fair to our away support. In some of the distances they've got to travel and leave very, very early in the morning. I mean, we've got fans from Northern Ireland down south that all travel to watch Rangers, and it's a bit of a struggle for some of these boys. So the shortage of tickets, the only other place to watch is TV, mate, and that's the way things are. And I think it's quite good that it's mostly away games that they'll show. Rangers will be featured in. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Alright.
Did they happen to mention any money? I didn't read any quotes of money. Of what
30 million a year for 5 years.
Oh, exactly. Brilliant. But is that better than we had before then, Jimmy?
11% better. But it's spread there a bigger amount of years.
Right.
And I totally agree with you're saying in that aspect, Fox. You know, I've got a bit of a beam about it because I just think that I'm a traditionalist the same as Bridge. And I know it's not going to happen. I want to go and see my football on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. I hate the Friday night kick-offs. And I also hate the half-12s as well. I just think that I've got many friends who go to the games and that, and they're losing in games.
You've got a few friends.
I've got many friends, mate. Many. I've not got enough fingers and toes for my amount of friends. So anyway, I just think that a lot of these guys, some of them are losing out in work because of the change in the games. And Sky are famous for it. I can appreciate away games. I'm like Fox now. I don't go to the away games now. I've done my stint there for many years. but I just find it strange that Sky just get the. No, obviously they offered more money. I know that BT seemingly offered less, quite a bit, substantially less than Sky. Whether they weren't wanting to take the Scottish football, I don't know. I disagree with Bridge in a sense, and he's saying about that most of BT are all Rangers haters. I would say the other way. I would say most of Sky. I think their coverage for us is poor. I know we've got big Hartson's face on there and Sutton and things like that. Kenny Miller and things like that. But I just think that Sky don't give Rangers. Listen to the comments of Andy Walker, turns my stomach. I just think that he's not got a good thing to say about us. But that's just me, you know. I'm like bridging the fact is, are we ever going to get the 3 o'clock kickoffs? But his football killed, his television killed football. Absolutely, it's killed it. It's brought money into the clubs. But for me,
but Jimmy, when I look at the attendances in the 70s and the 80s when there was no, we weren't getting the attendances we're getting now.
Look, Rangers are always going to get the attendances apart from when we're going through some of the bad years when we're only getting 9, 10, 11,000 at Ibrox. And I was there in the old centenary stand, Fox, right? Ox. But the fact of the matter is yeah, we've all been to Ibrox and we've been to Smellick Park when we were getting 80, 90,000 at it and there was no television. But you look around about the Gruns of now, the Kilmarnocks, the Hamiltons, the Livingston, right? They're no filling their Gruns because of television. The Rangers fans are filling it, and good on the guys that go to the away games now, because they would fill it probably another twice over. But I just think that the television now has killed a lot of the attendances at a lot of games. Ibrox, look, they knew Ibrox were on a high they knew because of Stevie Gerrard. But if a Stevie Gerrard bubble bursts, probably the guys you're sitting here tonight will be most of the guys that will be at the games. Let's not be fickle about it. Rangers aren't the greatest going and support the team when things are bad. And that might be a controversial thing to say, but it's not because I've been there. When things are not going for Rangers, things go down the toilet a wee bit. So let's not rest on our laurels and let's keep going that way. We'll fill Ibrox as long as we've got a good manager and a good team.
Great point there, Jimmy. I think that could have been thrown at us up until 2011. Anyway, we'll be joined by another caller. I believe he's in looking for his present. How we doing, big man?
Hello, how are you?
I know the dulcet tones. How are you, big Ulster?
Doing well. Good to have you back, Ox.
Yeah, I've been busy, mate. I've been busy. What did you get, Nate? Did you get a fridge magnet?
I can't imagine. It's alright though, I'm over this Saturday, so I'll bide with time till then. I'll get it at the beach.
I think that might be a nice wee tea towel with your name on it, mate.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh boy, brilliant. Love it.
What's on your mind, big man?
Aye, well, think of the TV deals. I was listening to everybody's points there. I was personally probably hoping BT would get them because I think they show more interest in the Scottish game. Sky Sports coverage for me isn't really that great, to be honest. It's sort of it's a half attempt, if you know what I mean.
That's the point that Jimmy was making. He was saying the same thing, mate. Apart from the old Fulham games, yeah.
But to be fair, you know, maybe because of obviously this new deal coming in place, and Sky has lost a lot of rights. The likes of La Liga have lost a lot of Premier League games and Champions League games, etc., to the other competitors. So maybe Sky will start putting a wee bit more focus on Scottish football, and it might make the game more lucrative, you know. And if they show more interest, pump a wee bit more money in, it could work well, you know. But just going by who they have at the minute presenting and how they present it, I just prefer BT Sports. But it's done now, saying so. Hopefully they'll show more interest in the game. And but at the minute, you know, just listening to Andy Walker, etc., I don't like it. I just don't think it's good, to be honest. I just think they do a better job.
He does man nothing, but then
I know, but they pay the money, actually, and that's what football's all about now. Whether we like it or not, the clubs had the deal put in front of them. They've all accepted it. I think a few reports today saying all the clubs were very happy to accept it, whatever the amounts of money were. They were very happy with it. It's probably the biggest deal we've ever had in Scottish football. So positives is good money coming in. I just hope that by the time this deal comes around, they do better.
I think all the clubs will contact Rangers and say thanks very much and send with regards to Stephen Gerrard for trying to help us out financially.
No chance. But then it's like anything. Rangers come back, your attendances or average attendance in the league's up. You've got the biggest deal that you've ever got into the Scottish game, so we all know why that is. We don't need other people to thank us anyway. We know the crack, they'll never do it, but we all know the truth.
I think, and following on from that, I think that as we come on and get a wee bit more powerful and we'll start to win games with decent results like against Motherwell, I think the hatred rises. I really do think the hatred rises, and yet here we go. It might be the hatred that's driving this need to get a better contract and so on and so forth. Look, television is the TV's only for the big teams, the two big Glasgow teams. There's no for them at all. The TV's for i.e. our away supports and their away support, going at the smaller clubs. To be perfectly honest with you, that's what the TV money gets them. It gets these players gets them a good pay with a travelling support, plus they get TV money for it. Other than that, they would have nothing. I mean, I think St Johnson's last home game there, they're talking about 2,500 people at it. It's just ludicrous.
You nearly made that pub in Tenerife.
Exactly, it's just ludicrous stuff.
JFK, can I ask you a question, mate?
There you go, pal.
I know you went to a very good schooling at a very young age, mate.
Yeah.
Right. With the world changing and TV moving on, do you think there'll ever become a time where all the games will be shown live and you'll just pick it? And do you think that would affect the tendencies?
Oh, I think that's maybe about 10 years down the line that will come. that there'll be that much money in the game that it'll be diluted. But I don't think it'll happen as much in Scotland as it will in Europe for the way they're pushing for this European Elite League. And I think it'll leave the races behind. But I think there'll come a time when you can pick your games. I'd like to see the rule change about showing the Rangers games or any team that's got their own TV station to be able to take some sort of money to show their games. See for likes of you guys who stay far afield and you are not getting up to games, and likes of guys like Ulster who and many guys like him who can't keep coming there and travelling across the water. I know Rangers TV show you a staggered record, but I'd like to see them be able to this rule change that if there's enough there, they should be able to go and pay for the game, whatever that's going to be. And I wouldn't have a problem with that, because then I would know that the money was going to Rangers. But I think that might be something that will probably start maybe in the next 10 years, that you could just go and pick any game you want. And I would like to think that for Rangers that's a good income for them. That way I wouldn't have a problem with it, because I know that the money's, 30 million a year is a drop in the ocean to what they're getting the English Premier League, which is supposedly the greatest league in the world, and it's far from it. So I agree with you saying there, folks. Ox, there's a chance that would happen, probably in the next 10 years.
Do you think?
Let Fox come in.
I think we're being a bit disingenuous here.
Oh, that's a big one.
A population of 5 million. We've got 12 teams in the Premier League, which works out if it's 30 million, £2.5 million each club. That's about equivalent to winning the league in Scotland. So,
but do you see what Sweden gets, Fox?
I'm not interested. Look,
of course, no. What I'm saying, Sky.
Realistic, mate.
Sky gives Sweden £52 million a year.
But Swedish football might be better than us, mate.
I don't think so.
We've got to look at how we're rated in football, mate. Let's
I
be
just
honest
think
here. We don't do nothing in World Cups. We don't do nothing in European Championships. Our clubs, apart from this year and the Great Run Rangers are on, aren't doing much in Europe. Usually the Tims will get by a couple of rounds, as has happened in the last few years. The rest of them fought the first hurdle. We've got to be realistic. With 5 million of population, mate, how many do you think in Scotland buy Sky packages? It's got to all be measured against what they're bringing in revenue, the amount of viewers and everything else. It's probably quite a fair deal. The clubs have jumped at it, so they must think that it's a fair deal, and that includes the top 2 clubs in us in name. So I think we're all moaning about nothing, mate. I think it's probably a good deal for 30 million quid.
Scotland's got 11% of the Sky packages taken in the UK are by Scotland. Scottish football don't get 11% of the money.
But £30 million is probably decent prize money. They've got to make a profit, same as everybody else, mate.
I can understand. It's not about. I mean, it's not about how much Sky.
It'll be global figures as well, Jimmy. Yeah.
I know. I can understand that, and it's not about having to pay for Sky, because I will still pay for Sky, and I will still pay for BT. I want to see the Champions League games, and hopefully in a couple of seasons' time the Gers are in the Champions League, right? So I'll still pay for that. No, it's no. But what I'm saying is, I heard what Ulster says. You know, I just think that their coverage. Disney do us any favours. Sky don't do us any favours. We need to get it out our heads about Craig and Sutton. They're a couple of nonentities, right? But the rest of the guys on the panel, no matter what anybody thinks of Super Swally, he's a Rangers legend in my eyes and many other Blue Noses. Kevin Thompson's on there, and we Alec Ray, and they're getting at their best for the Rangers on that channel. And I think their coverage is far superior. And I can understand what Fox has said. He doesn't listen to the commentary. But Fox, some of his day, mate, you know, I know what we were chatting earlier on that about there's other platforms that we can watch it on. And that's fair enough, and I do that as well. But what I'm saying is here, as a season ticket holder at Ibrox, I still think that there will be games. Look, there'll be Scottish Cup games at Ibrox. And there'll be the Betfred Cup games at Ibrox are going to be moved for other stations. Premier Sports have got a Betfred Cup. Now I've got Sky. That's just my opinion. I just think it's a bad deal. If they want to take it on, they should have gave us double what they offered. They bit the horn and have taken the bad penny. Well, just go on, mate.
So on you go, Fox.
I'm just saying, we're still not answering the question. Is it a fair deal for the size of our population? As you say, 11% of that pays a subscription. It's probably fair, Jimmy.
No, when you're getting £1.9 million to England. How can that be fair? 1.9 billion.
He means billion. He means billion.
Billion, I mean.
That's global viewing figures, Jimmy. That's global viewing figures.
Well, our global viewing figures is who was in it? BN TV, IMG Group or something. That's who we're with for global television.
And the Rangers in Celtic game will get decent figures in the global market, but with Rangers in Hamilton,
I understand. That. Ibrox is always going to be full for Rangers Rangers United. I could quite understand that, and if it's on the telly, fair enough. I'm talking about that games being shifted. I hate games being shifted, and I think it'll be worse with Sky. I thought BT's coverage was quite fair.
But I think Big Ulster agrees with you, didn't you, Big Man, in some respects?
Yeah. Well, I know what you're saying about how many people will be watching like Rangers playing Hamilton, but there must be a market there or they wouldn't be coming in, you know? We're on TV all the time. Like, I would say we're the most watched club in Britain.
Yeah.
On these channels. So we must be the appetite there must be the market, you know? But I just think if you've got people like Doncaster and all that, you're never going to get a world-class deal because they can't negotiate. They come out with a deal like this, and I don't know if it's a great deal, but even look at some of the poor deals they've signed in the past and came back home trying to create it as some sort of victory, you know.
Same as the Premier Sports, that's Satanta Sports with another jacket on. So it's no, they're taking the dirty shilling. So that's up to them. I'll still have my season ticket, so I'm not. It's just the way I feel. I'm I feel quite strong about it. I just think they're not treating the good fans. No, and I'm not being disparaging to the guys who can't make the games, but I'm a season ticket holder, and I can take into account what Foxy's saying that it's not going to be all the Rangers games, but I still think it's a shitty deal.
Okay, I mean, years ago we spoke about 4 or 5 years on the Rangers radio thing. We spoke about possibly Rangers being able to utilise our own TV channel. Now, obviously, I don't think we need to invest a bit more money into the equipment we've got, and the infrastructure at Ibrox, and get it right up to modernised, right up to modern day. Excuse me, get goal line technology put into the system and so on and so forth, and then we'll be able to sell it. That's the way I look at it. Get the thing all, because apparently we're putting a new pitch in at the end of next season, at the end of this season. Maybe the following season we could start to slowly but invest into the communications and the technology side of things. Get our own better TV cameras for Rangers TV, and I'm sure that's you got a facility you can actually sell, and you can sell it well. And if they've got goal line technology as well, that's super duper stuff. So I would say in about, just like Jimmy was saying earlier, in about 10 years' time, when and if that kind of thing comes up, that every game's getting televised anyway, it'll be by the club, should be by Club's own TV equipment, and they can sell it to the Skies and the BTs and that if they want to, I think it's that way anyway. I think it should go to the club, my honest opinion.
Anyway, we'll be joined with somebody who's always got a great opinion on anything that's on the TV to do with food. How are we doing, Rudy?
Rudy Bear, how you doing, pal?
Evening, guys.
Rudy
It's
Bear.
nice to hear the two legends of Rangers radio back on there. That's lovely. Well
Big
done.
Ulster and JFK.
JFK, yeah. Oh, here, listen, talk about legends. Can I just say, I was listening most nights and a quiet bit of Rangers radio. Can I just say to True Blue, well done, True Blue. That was a fantastic job you did when Ox was one of his absences. So really well done, pal. And it'll be appreciated by everybody that listens to Rangers radio. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, I never heard it myself, but I've been nothing but glowing reports who are True Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I never mentioned anything about glowing reports. I think we were just appreciating. So take away the glowing reports, please. You'll only give a big
nothing but
heat.
glowing reports who are True Blue.
Well done, True.
What's on your mind, Rudy?
It's just listening to you guys talk.
Apart from breakfast.
Listening to you guys talking about the TV deal, I think it's, on all honesty, it's probably a half decent deal. I can understand where Jimmy's coming from as well, though, Ox, but myself, I'm a bit like Fox. I don't really mind whether it's BT Sport or Sky. I don't do away games nowadays, and have they done for a few years now. It's not feasible for me to go to away games, so I'm not really that fussed. But the TV thing is something that we're just going to have to get used to, unfortunately, because it's in the game nowadays. It's a big part of the game. There's no really much that you can do about it. Scottish football needs that money coming in. There's so little money in Scottish football, so it's got to come in for TV. And as the years go on, you're going to have the likes of Amazon TV coming in. You're going to have Netflix, you've got Premier Sports now. You're going to have Fox Sports coming in. And you're going to have this. This is just something that's going to happen, And if you take their dollar, then you have to live by the rules, unfortunately, So that's going to affect times, for matches kicking off. I know we all like the traditional 3 o'clock on the Saturday. No more so than myself, really. But it's just something that we're going to have to put up with. So it's going to be it is a big part of the game now. And I can only see it becoming a bigger part of the game as time goes on,
JFK, if you take the games this season, it's been moved to Ibrox. A lot of it's because of Europe.
I know. I see that at the start.
I know that, but does that annoy you?
No, that's success. That's success. We're doing well in Europe, and the price to pay for that is to have our games moved to a Sunday, and we all appreciate that. It's fantastic. There's nobody on here complaining about that, and I certainly am. But that's success. But I'm just hoping that Sky don't come in there, that they've got us carte blanche now, and they decide to move games willy-nilly, and that'll just not include me going to Ibrox. The guys who are legends who go away from home, especially up to Pittodrie for a 12:30 kick-off. They guys, I've done all that before as well as yourself, Ox, and it's not a great journey to make, especially if you've been boozing all Saturday night and not go to your bed. And then you're going to go up there on a Sunday morning. But they will shift games willy-nilly. But, it's maybe a great bear nothing, but I feel quite strong about the fact is that I think we could have got a better deal money-wise, and I think that me personally, I'd have rather stayed with BT. As I say, too many people have got the Sutton thing in their head. They need to get out of that. He's only one man. It's all today we watch, and I can appreciate, as I said before, about what Fox had said about, he doesn't listen to it. But some of his day, some of his have got to listen to it. We're just that way inclined. But I am happy with it.
Yeah, see, as far as the commentary goes, I think they're each as bad as each other, if I have to be honest. I don't think one's any better, in my opinion, I mean, I've watched many games on BT, and sometimes I feel like throwing the telly out the window with some of the garbage they come out with. But it's the same in Andy Walker's zone, or Commons, or some of the mince they talk.
Aye. It's more so in Sky, because you've got Commons, even Chris Boyd can't stick up for Rangers and that, and you've got they get Proven and things like that, but even, at least on BT you've always got 3 ex-Rangers players there who are giving their Rangers opinion. It's maybe just me, but I think they give a better show. They're a decent SPL show they do on a Friday night and a half hour before the game. Some of the games midweek and things like that. And I'm into that. But I just think that Sky throw us in there 10 minutes before and they throw us off 5 minutes after. And I can understand we're on here on Rangers Radio an hour before the show and an hour after it, but that's fine. But a lot of people aren't they? But they should be right enough. But that's just the way I just feel it. I don't think their coverage is what it could be. That might change. True. Rudy, that might change. Right. They might decide, as Ulster said there, they probably wouldn't be getting into this deal if it wasn't for the Rangers. So maybe they'll change their format a bit better when they start in 2021. So we'll see. It might be a great bit nothing, but I hope it is. I hope it's no more old age creeping in and just becoming an Albert Tatlock, but we'll see what happens.
There's also a bit that nobody spoke about, and that is Rangers TV, mate, who obviously get their coverage for the broadcaster that's presenting it. Maybe Rangers have struck a good deal for what they pay.
Aye, maybe games, so.
And they then resell under Rangers TV, which goes to America and Canada, etc., and all over the world. People buy Rangers TV. Well, the likes of Rangers and Celtic will earn extra capital on top of their share of the TV deal. So we don't hear any of the details. And with the big two no moaning, Jimmy, I take it it's a good deal. They think it's a good deal,
You're probably 100% right, Fox. 100% as usual, mate. I don't know what
talking about Teresa's deal, mate, or the BT deal?
Teresa's deal.
sorry.
Don't even show there.
Different show.
Can I come in on that, Ox?
No, don't Teresa's deal, you can't. Sell it. On you go, Bridge.
No, I was just going to say that Fox was just mentioning there about the Rangers TV. I believe sincerely, and have done for a long time, Rangers need to do some investment on their TV stuff. They need to get their television systems up and running. They need to get their Wi-Fi systems up and running. They need to start. Their communications is quite diabolical from Ibrox. So we really need to get that done. Obviously, that's a bit of investment that might not come for a couple of years. But the sooner the better. The sooner we're getting proper television coverage from Ibrox and not a broadcaster oriented, but from a Rangers oriented. Let's start doing, for me anyway, let's start doing all the things for ourselves and sell it on. And when we sell it on, we could make a couple of bob out it. And that's my honest belief. But we should be on the front foot on this. But I'm under no illusions. going to take a few years to get the money required to invest. And what Foxy was saying there might be we have to just live with the fact that a broadcaster comes in and does the stuff, and we pick it up from them. So somewhere along the line, I think Rangers should be having their own TV cameras, and they should be televising everything from Ibrox, and people buy into it. Simple as that. That's the way I look at it anyway.
Well, we'll see, mate. I think we've got a lot of things to put in place. I mean, that would be a major investment to get back to that, mate, to run your own TV company properly. Ulster?
I thought sort of
drum roll for Ulster.
I thought sort of having saying it, to be honest. But the only thing I don't get about it is why we staying yourself in for 5 years, you know? It's like, because you know yourself.
Transition period.
Well, maybe that's just the way it is, you know. But I think inflation, etc., goes up, and the game might have improved again by then. Then you're sort of stuck in this deal for quite a long time. It's going to take a long, long time for us to, you know, to try and get another deal, you know. But then
why don't we have a vote of no confidence?
Can I just say on this? I feel quite strongly about all this. I think it won't be long before the TV deals that they've sold to, be it Sky in this case, that they'll turn around and say they want to broadcast from Ibrox. Let's say Ibrox, and they'll pick their weeks. And Rangers up to now anyway have said they don't want any of that. And my fear is that they're going to force Rangers or force the league to force us to allow this to happen. I don't know whether we would get extra money for it or not, or how much extra we would get for it. But I'd hate it to happen against the board's will. These are the things I don't want any encroachment. I don't want the BBC anywhere near us, because that that deal they signed with, what's the name of that mob? Jimmy, you said earlier. Premier Sports or whatever it was.
Well, they're Satanta. They are really Satanta.
Them and the BBC have got the rights to the League Cup or something like that. Don't want them anywhere near Ibrox. So sorry, guys. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there.
You finished?
I'm sorry, pal. Yeah, ranty. I'm getting like Rudy, ain't I?
You feel better?
Aye, you do actually.
Another point. Point.
Just while I've got you, Rudy, how much you gave me for this second-hand fridge magnet? I think it looked very nice.
You're all right. Yeah, I'm all right for fridge magnets, mate.
I would fit very well on your fridge.
I'll get you back. I'll get you back on that. I'll tell you.
On you go, Rudy.
See, I was talking about this with my mate the other day as well. See, when this European elite league comes in, this is something that they're talking about just now. It's going to happen. Me and my mate spoke about this 2 or 3 years ago, this European elite league. We knew it was going that way. We could see it happening. And that's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be a European elite league. See, when we get to that point, this contract's for 5 years. Now, that wouldn't surprise me if at the end of that 5 years there is a European elite league, because it's not going to take that. It's not going to be that hard to set up. Let's put it that way. All these huge clubs have got vast amounts of money, and they'll get even bigger amounts of money for the TV. Right? See, when we get to that point, Sky won't touch Scottish football with a barge pole. You'll be lucky if you get a couple of quid. It's as simple as that. They won't bother about the Scottish. We're a backwater as far as Sky's concerned, and BT. And okay, BT might have offered less money than Sky, and the reason why Sky's got it is because they offered a bit more money. And as far as money in football goes, and you know this yourself, Oxford, living where you live, you see the huge amounts of money there is in English football, even the English Championship and League One and stuff like that compared to up here. See, when we get to that point where there's a European elite league, we won't see anything like the kind of money that we've got now. What's happening now? For me, personally, I think, and I'm sure a lot of other bears think the same thing, is because Steven Gerrard's arrived here, a world superstar. That's why Sky are interested. They're interested for the next few years. The deal's spread a 5-year period. It's a 30 million contract. We've got to take it when we can get it. It's as simple as that. I think Bridgeman mentioned earlier on there about St Johnstone. I watched the highlights package for last week, which I don't always do. St Johnstone, I think, have won the last 5 or 6 games in a trot. Did you see how many people were sitting in that stadium of theirs? a couple of thousand at most. Couple of thousand at most. They're not going to pay for that. Sky are paying for the Old Firm games. It's as simple as that. They're no but fussed in any way about Motherwell, St Johnstone, maybe Hearts and Hibs, maybe because it's an Edinburgh derby. They might be a bit, they'll have a bit of interest in that. But out with the two big cities and the four teams in these cities, Sky couldn't care less. So they know what they're paying for. 30 million over 5 years might not seem like a huge amount of money, and it certainly isn't when you look down south and you look at other countries. But as Fox was saying, we've got to remember who we are and where we are, So we've just got to take what we can get, and that's probably what we're getting the new is the best contract we've had for probably ever, So we can't really close up.
There you go, Fox, on you go, mate.
We've got a year and a half before this deal comes in. I hope the SPFL are smart enough. What makes Scottish football look bad is one half of the ground full and the rest of it half empty, mate. Surely they could bring out a term now that if you're on the telly for away games and your club can only maybe sell 2,000 or 3,000. Say take Motherwell for instance, there's maybe 5,000 of them as a crowd. The rest of the ground must be made available if the away team can sell the tickets. Because there's nothing worse than watching a game of football on the telly and half of the ground's empty. It doesn't look good on television. Yeah. And these clubs should be forced into selling the tickets. So if there's a demand by the public, especially Rangers supporters travelling to some of these grounds where we're crammed into one stand and the rest of the ground is sparsely populated, they should be fined for it, or else they make the tickets available to Rangers supporters.
Another thing I would like to see as well, Fox, I would like to see us go in the Dutch model, the Holland thing, is that their TV money, when it comes in, is helped to get rid of the plastic pitches. The clubs are subsidised with a loan that they pay back at a certain amount of seasons to get rid of the dreaded plastic pitch. Holland's been doing that for the last 3 years and have obliterated all the plastic pitches now. That's what we should be getting sorted in Scotland as well. So, I mean, if they want to put £30 million a year into us, then there should be a stipulation that the plastic pitches should go, and that should come for the SPFL.
Is this because them for the other side of the city had a bad game on the plastic pitch? Is this where it's come from?
No, not at all. That's Alec McLeish bumping his gums about that. The plastic pitches should be done away with in all football, unless it's recreational football. But that's always been my feeling on it. It's no the place for to go and watch our Scottish football. So that some of that money should be put aside to help clubs who cannot afford at this present time to install a grass pitch, and they can be subsidised over the course of the years, the same as they do in Holland. Let's go and watch for football on grass again, instead of all these plastic pitches which are rubbish. I don't care what Celtic do on it, the puddle drinkers or the shaggers. I'm only interested in Rangers. Get rid of these type of pitches, and if they could do the same model as they did in Holland and use some of their television money to help clubs go back to grass, it's worked there. How can it not work here?
Can I just say that I agree with you 100% regarding the getting rid of the plastic pitches. The finance side of it, I'm not too sure how that would work. They've got to come up with the money to get them put down there, and that whatever monies they're earning from that, then they need to find another income source as a club, that is. Whether in fact that comes from the other clubs, donations from other clubs, or it comes from some other source, I don't know. But most assuredly, we should have, and I'm not being funny when I say this, we should have that written into our SFA procedures, processes, whatever you want to call it. Someone needs to go and look to see the quality of pitches, and we start off with a basic grass pitch, no plastic pitches, because it really and truly is. And when I say no plastic, I mean the high level artificial pitches like the
Get rid of them
ones,
for the top level. Get rid of them for the top level. Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. If you don't mind going on mute, we'll have a tune for Fox.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day off, and it's up to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers took the European Cup, like the one they had before, we'll rally round an Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score.
Oh, wow.
You enjoy that, Bridge?
Oh, Oxter, some amount of dancing in that lobby, it's fantastic.
You need to have a word with that Matt J. He must have started that at 6 o'clock tonight.
Oh, and I've been practising for 2 weeks as well. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Oh, Matt J. Brilliant, by the way. Brilliant dancers.
That really, guy, he's got some tone to his voice, isn't he?
Incredible. Oh, brilliant. Just brilliant. Really, really enjoyable. Really enjoyable.
Oh,
really
so we still get any of these CDs that we can't get away?
Aye, I've still got some, mate.
So if I throw in a fridge magnet with that, we can get a prize for it.
I'll give 2 to Big Ulster and they can do it on the Facebook, and I'll put up 2 in the lobby. We'll arrange that sometimes during the week.
Like Foxy, can I just say...
What tunes are on the CD, Fox? What tunes?
Oh, dear.
Oh, God, you're asking me now. What do you think? The Ibrox Disaster's on it. Rangers Over Here's on it. Blue Sea of Ibrox is on it. Rangers Story, I think, is on it. Every other Saturday, that one. Simply the Best. A Trip to Ibrox is on it. Follow's on it. Legend of Willie Woodburn's on it. who's that team they call the Rangers? He's on it. That's all I can remember at the moment, mate.
Can I just say it's really nice to hear all your voices, but particularly yourself, Foxtail, considering what you've gone through the last number of weeks. So well done, pal, and really brilliant to hear you back again. Brilliant, you and Foxy, brilliant. That's no a slur on True Blue.
Oh,
not a slur on True Blue.
Thanks for kind words, Bridget. And who's the CD by, Fox?
It's by the Blue Notes, mate.
Alright, so we've got a couple to give away there. Did you hear that, Big Ulster?
Aye, and I've kept one back for True Blue. I'll give him the next time I see him.
Right, so we're going to have to arrange to get a car CD fitted in True's car. So
True's got a CD, mate. He drives about in a big fancy motor, mate.
I know he does.
Nearly as fancy as Bridgman's.
Hey!
No way.
Shocking. By the way, that Blue Shadow's brilliant. He said, is that a Rangers radio fridge magnet? Brilliant. Well done, Blue Shadow.
I've just worked
Oh my
out.
God.
It's the Ibrox Bar fridge magnet. Bridge. I see where it's
Ibrox Bar in Tenerife.
I see it now. Anyway, so if people want to join us, what's the number, Big Ulster?
01413561972.
What else can they join us, Bridge?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Foxy will see them done, see them brought in okay, and they'll enjoy themselves.
Can I put one positive in about this football deal?
On you go, mate.
I don't know if he's a spoken, so apologies if he's have. And in a way, we're looking at the pros and cons of the whole thing, like, and obviously fans having to, try and get the games, etc. But I suppose with Sky having an exclusive deal, I suppose that helps the customer, doesn't it, or the fan, who does buy the games instead of having to buy 2 or 3 subscriptions for different TV channels. They'll only have the one, to get guaranteed the Rangers matches in the league.
In the league, in the cup's a different ball game. GFK.
Hey, he's gone, Ox. He's gone, mate. Aye, like you say, it's a different kettle of fish for the cup games, isn't it? I don't know, you could spend not 50, 60 quid a month, really, if you wanted to own subscriptions, if you just wanted to watch the Rangers, if you wanted to watch the English football and all that, I think it'd cost you, I think my mate pays about 60 odd quid a month or something like that. I'd have a wee greet if I had to pay that for my sports, to be honest. But some guys do, because they like it, so, you're right, mate, for the cup games, you're going to have to pay for them and all.
If you just gave up a starter with your teammate, you could afford it.
Can't he do that?
You know what I mean? Just
can't get the guy to give me money.
The muscles before you have your tea every night, you'll be fine.
See if Sky gives you an options, if it was say £60 now for the Sky package, but they offered you Rangers TV for £100, would you take that?
Explain yourself there, Fox.
Well, you could take the Sky coverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to cost you £60 a month, but you maybe get 2 games a month on it. Oh, I say you get 2 games, but they offered you a Rangers TV package along with it, where you could get all the Rangers games. Would you pay extra for that?
£100 a month, is that a figure you're quoting?
No, I'm just thinking to myself, that's kind of dear there myself.
Aye.
If they took, so say they were to do that with, like, say Arsenal and Liverpool and all the big clubs, mate, even including the Tims, where they offered you Rangers TV packages. If they're covering Scottish football, would you pay extra for a Rangers TV channel rather than the normal Sky package?
What do you mean if it was just a Rangers TV it was just the Rangers game, Fox? Is that what you mean?
When you're getting in a normal month, maybe 4 or 5 games.
Aye, I'd pay for that.
Just interested to see what you would say there.
Sky was to take the Rangers games on and say, right, you don't need to buy the whole package. This is where there's 4, 5, 6 fixtures this month for Rangers. This is what it'll cost you for them. I'd probably pay for that. I'm not really.
As I'm saying, just say it costs. I don't know what. I can't remember what Sky costs you, but if it was £60 a month and they say to you for another £20 you can have your club's TV package, I think a lot of supporters would plump for that. It might be a bit dearer, but you're getting what you want every week,
And
then Rangers could then deal with their own package for Rangers TV abroad as they do at the present time.
Yeah, but Foxy,
No, just as quickly, just says, I don't think that's fair on the fans across the city because they'd have to buy 2 packages. They'd have to buy a Celtic one and our one.
Can I also say that, see someone like me, I don't have Sky.
Well, take some money out of the bank and get it then.
No, but all I'm saying is that I don't have Sky, so it's an entirely different ball game if you're.
But
what's the offer to people like myself? Because I would have to then have a Sky subscription, and then you would take Sky Sports on top of that subscription.
But you'll know in 2020 you're not going to have BT if you're not getting the Rangers games, are you?
Well, no, I'll keep the BT. I've just said that to you earlier on because I get the other some of the European games on that. I'm quite happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Quite happy with that. It's not a problem. That side of it isn't a problem. I'm just saying that someone like myself who doesn't subscribe to Sky at all,
you could do if the deal was right, couldn't you?
Well, I'd only want. What I'm saying is, I would only want Sky Sports.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want this. You need to take the basic Sky package, don't you? And then you take your Sky Sports on top.
No, I'm guessing that you've got cable bridge with your BT. No, with your part of the world. No.
No, I just get the BT through my computer.
All right. Have you get gas and electricity?
Right,
I'm just asking.
No, I don't have any Sky packages.
Or Virgin.
I don't have Virgin. I don't have nothing like that. It's just a normal TV aerial type service.
All right. Okay.
What I'm saying is I would need to start again. I would need to go and get Sky to come in and set Sky up in my house.
Not necessarily, no. You could get it through Virgin as well, mate.
But there's a communal satellite dish on the roof, and it's fed into the house, so I could take that up. But that would cost me for
your neighbours.
Oh yeah, I could do that. All I'm meaning is that there's multiple payments for Sky that I remember.
There is. It's no cheap, mate.
No.
Sky's no cheap, Rudy, is it?
No, it certainly isn't. And I had a Sky package a few years back there, and I gave it up. I just thought it wasn't really worth it, for some of the games as well. I can't really remember which ones now, but at the time, I didn't have the full Sky package. I only had certain channels as far as the sports were concerned. Quite a lot of the times you'd find out the Rangers game was on another channel that I didn't have, because I would refuse to pay the full package. So that kind of started to get my goat a wee bit. So I just cancelled it really because I thought I'm not paying out all that money, if I can't get it. Because I was only really interested in watching the Rangers game. But I can see where Bridgman's coming from here because I've started in the last couple of years to get really interested in the Super Classico in Argentina, with Boca Juniors and River Plate. And I started watching that, and there's some fantastic games of football, and Sky and the big Premier Sports are covering that as well, So I can understand why guys would want these packages, I just can't, if I went to Mrs. Rudy and said, look, I'm going to pay £60 a month for Sky, and then it's going to, like Fox was saying, maybe an extra £20 for the Rangers games on top of that. If I went to Mrs. Rudy and said, I'm going to pay £80 a month for this, she'd hit me with the telly. I don't think she'd wear that. I'd get the telly bounced up. I'd be loath to pay it myself, in all honesty. If I was going to fork out that kind of money in a month to watch football, I'd rather be at the game watching it as opposed to watching it on the telly,
You two boys have got to grow up here, but that's just a personal view. What do you think, Ulster?
That's shocking. That's shocking, you.
I gotta find a better website.
No, keep it clean,
you.
But
Ulster. That's terrible, Ulster, saying that.
The day at half time.
But what you could do though, if you do want to do everything legit, Bridge, the cheapest way I would say would be, if you get one of those now TV box, and I think Sky is like, for the Sky Sports is like £7.99 for the day. So what you could do is just buy a day pass when the day of a Rangers game, and then it wouldn't cost you just as much per month if you were just looking for the Rangers games.
Ulster, about 12, 15 years ago, maybe even longer, they used to have there used to be a Rangers channel and a Celtic channel on Sky, but you had to have one of these particular cards that you put into the back of a mechanical card. You put it into this wee thing for your telly, and you slotted it home, and that got you the pay-per-view, and that's what you used to watch your Rangers games with. So you paid, I don't know, $6.99 or something. You just phoned up Sky and said, right, I want to watch this game, and they made sure it was active and so on and so forth, and away you went and you watched the game. That was during the heyday of Souness and things like that, or just after that, should I say. So you used to be able to get these things. Now, I'm afraid I don't think that works. I don't get it. They don't have mechanics, and everybody's just expected to take Sky. I really don't want to watch too much other than what I've got, what I can get to know. I can watch some of the Premier League stuff and English games on my BT, and I can watch some of the European games on my BT, and I'm delighted with that. And there's other, still some of the match of the day stuff's on there, so ones I miss out on, I'm sure I can pick up there. So there's plenty for me, from a legal perspective, plenty for me. I'm just upset that I'm going to Sky because I can't get Sky the way I want it. I don't want to pay them all that money.
You can get it, just not the way you want.
Well, we're changing the world, guys. There was also a proposal put forward today about a fifth league in Scottish football. Do you think that's warranted? Where they're going to bring in Lowland and Highland leagues and add a couple of coach teams to. Do you think that's needed with the poor attendances that they've got once you come out the bottom, or the top 4 or 5 in the top league, never mind all the rest of them? Do you think that's warranted, another league?
No, for me, Fox, I just don't think. I think that'd just be a total waste of time for me. You've just mentioned attendances there. Sit and watch the highlights on a Sunday night, and you'll see attendances that are as poor as anything outside the top 4 or 5 in the Premier League. And for me, I just don't see any point in it. I suppose better minds than me, maybe at the SFA and the SPFL, if there is any, that is. Maybe come up with some kind of plan that would work. But for me, I think you're as well just to leave the teams to go on with it. Maybe they would want to be part of it. I suppose they probably would, but for me, no, it's a no-goer for me, I'm afraid.
So you're telling me they're going back to Lowland League, Highland League, pushing into a third league. These were 5 leagues, so we're going back to what it was before, really.
Do you think it's the opposite, Ox? We should have a cull in Scottish football, that there's too many teams for the amount of people that go to football?
Who am I to tell somebody that you take away cow and beef, Big Ulster?
Get shot on them.
No, who am I to say you get rid of Dunfermline Bridgeman?
I was just going to say that. Could someone please add Dunfermline to that lot?
And who am I to tell Rudy can't eat a killie pie anymore?
Aye, that would bug me. That would bug me. But I'm partial to a killie pie, and the wee bakers out the road sells them magic.
But I accept your point, Fox, particularly in the central belt. There's some amount of teams in Scotland who are a small area, right?
Yep. And I don't think it's warranted at all, but that seems to be the way they're planning. I think they'll put out a kind of survey to the clubs, and just wondering if it will be accepted. I don't see any good in that whatsoever myself.
Just less travelling for some of the smaller teams. Bridgeman, any comment?
I was just going to ask a question. I think I heard you mention the value of the contract. I don't think I've heard the value of the contract. I don't think it's been announced. So forgive me, I don't think it's been announced. So Does someone know what the Sky are paying? Does someone know?
30 million apparently, Bridge, or 5
Or is it
years.
30 million, is it?
30
I thought
million.
that was was that no? I was thinking that was Premier Sports on BBC.
Well, I'm sure I read somewhere, Bridge, it was 30
okay.
years.
That was just Tour Cup, Bridge.
Just Tour Cup. Yeah, I never heard it. So thanks for that, Rudy.
No bother.
By the way, Cushy number says it's 30 million is just pure speculation at the moment.
Well, it might be.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right, you know.
I've got a question to put to you lads.
Oh.
And I'll do it with experience first, alright? And I'll work my way down the panel. So Stephen Gerrard, bar a couple of weeks, has been on the job for 6 months, mate. Your Danish report card, Bridgeman.
Up to now, 8 out of 10. I think he's been really, really good for the club. He's brought the fans a lot of pleasure. And of course, he's new in the job and mistakes have been made, particularly some of his selections, and he's put his hands up and says he'll take the rap for whatever went wrong. But I think up to now, here we are. We're sitting 2 points from the top of the league. It just doesn't get much better than that, other than we're actually on top of the league. So for the few pitfalls that we've had, the manager's got us where he thinks we should be. I'm delighted. 8 out of 10 for me.
Mr. Fox?
Go 1 point lower, 7 out of 10. Done very well in Europe. Very pleased about that. Only signings, reasonably happy with that. I think too many selections for me were based on football ability, and I don't think football ability wins a lot of things in Scotland. I think you need a bit of physicality in the side as well, and I'd like to have seen some of these signings a wee bit more robust, if that's the right word for it. Especially, and we've got too many, for me, loans and players on my books that aren't playing at the moment, and the loan players have done really well. I've been pleased with Ajaria and Kent. They're the two main ones. They've been a bonus to the side, but we've also got younger players who are players on our books. Maybe some of them aren't ready yet, and that's his judgment. But we need to start probably bringing in some of our own young players. It's not a thing I'm 100% behind. I've got to have the physicality to handle the Scottish Premier League. I think Middleton, for me, is the best of the young bunch because he's built and looks as though he can take a tackle. I think we've seen with the young boy, Madubi, is that his name, who came on the other week there, the sort of tackles that go in this game, and they need to get them physically ready now to get them into the top flight. I think that's a wee bit that I'm not too happy about. Some of these tactical changes, we all think we know better than him, but I think overall he's been right in making these tactical changes. Maybe some of them a bit late, but overall he's boosted Rangers' name once again. We're getting talked about outside Scotland for the first time in maybe 5 or 6 years on the good side and no just bad stuff. He's been good for the club that way. So 7 out of 10 at the moment, mate. As soon as he wins us something, he'll go to a 10 out of 10 for me.
Bear.
7.5 out of 10 for me. I think he did say there'd be bumps along the road, and there certainly has been. One of the big ones for me was the semi-final of the League Cup against the Sheep. That was such a disappointing result. He made mistakes in that game. He's made mistakes in other games as well, maybe with his formation and, substitutions and stuff like that. I think it was a disappointment to go away against Spartak Moscow and score 3 goals. But look, see when you put your defence onto the park, you don't expect them to lose 4 goals, Ox, So, in fairness to the manager, he tells them what to do. When they go in the park, if they don't do what he's told them, no really the manager. Okay, he could change that with substitutions. We get that. But for me, I don't think anybody thought we would be in with a chance of qualifying for the last 32 of the Europa League when he came in June. It's just, any bell that said, I knew we were going to get that far is talking absolute mince, in my opinion. None of us thought we'd get that. We couldn't have done, because we couldn't have envisaged what was going to happen. I personally didn't think we'd have qualified for the group section. I thought a couple of rounds we'll come up against a team of quality, Rangers, young side, lots of new players, more or less new team, and you're coming up against some real quality sides, and eventually, we'll drop out here. That's what I thought. I just thought another couple of rounds, that would be improvement, certainly on last year. Definitely on last year, that would have been an improvement. But as you look at it now, after the semi-final against Aberdeen, we're really disappointed by it. We're sitting 2 points off the leaders in the league right now. We should have picked points up against Aberdeen in the first game. We should have picked points up against Motherwell. We should never have lost against Livingston. But he said there'll be bumps in the road. He's learning the job just now. Huge club. His first big job as manager. He's learning on the move right now. And he will get better. He'll make decisions that are wrong occasionally. We just have to understand that he's a young guy learning his job just now. But he's done such a good job, and he's certainly lifted the profile of the club, as Fox was just saying there. People are talking point about Rangers. That's not happened for the last 6 years. We've been spoke about all over Europe, part of European football packages and all that now. All that profile, there's more interest for England and other parts of Europe because Steven Gerrard, huge world superstar, is now the manager of Rangers. 7.5 for me. I think he'll do even better than that in the next season or two. Don't forget, he's had one transfer window. He's still got January, and then next summer, let's see what happens then as well.
I would go for around 7 out of 10, to be honest, as well. I think he's done a fair job. He's, as Rudy says, it's one transfer window. It's a possible, you need to be very, very lucky to get, everybody right, all the right players in at the exact right time. It's going to be a building process. I think we'll get better. We'll get better players in. Our manager will get better because he'll learn from previous mistakes. And he has made a few mistakes, a few errors. Maybe bringing players on at the wrong time, maybe selecting the wrong team at certain times. But that's what you're going to get with a manager cutting his teeth. But I think he's done a real ballsy move, to be honest, because he could have went to MK Dons where he had an offer, had a bit of an easy ride into management, made his mistakes down there, and probably would easily get away with them because of where he was. But he's decided to come to one of the biggest clubs in world football, a club that demands to win every single game, no matter who the opposition is. He knew what he was getting himself in for, and he has the confidence in himself to throw himself into the job. So, I'm very, very happy, to be honest. I think he's done as good as he possibly can in a division that he doesn't really know that well. And I'm expecting good things. I'm still really, really excited with the Stevie James still fully on the train, on the express train, like everybody else. I think over the next few windows, and as he irons out his mistakes, gets to know the league a wee bit better, how these teams play, because we all know your Motherwells and Hamiltons, etc., they turn their game on. They'll maybe play a certain game themselves, and then when they come against us, they bust the gut. This is their cup final every time they play us. So I think that's a mentality our team needs to learn. I think they will learn it, and I think he'll get the right men in as each window comes along, and I think it's going to be a great future for our club under Stevie G. So at the minute, I'm very happy.
All right, yeah, I'm enjoying Steven Gerrard, Bridgman, the way he conducts himself. What I have found frustrating is his use of substitutions. Do you think that will come with experience?
I don't doubt it. I'm absolutely delighted with it. I'm so proud of my club, proud of my team. Obviously, I'm sitting at Copeland Road when I'm not on holiday, and I get as frustrated as everybody else when we're not doing the right thing or what appears to be the right thing. in my opinion, at that time. But really and truly, I think you've given us some fabulous evenings and afternoons at Ibrox watching them, whereas last season was a nightmare going to Ibrox sometimes, But the European night against, was it Austria, Vienna or whatever it was, oh my God, that was just amazing. That feeling again, that buzz, you're high as a kite, best I've heard Ibrox in many a year. And just great. I'd love to have been there for the Motherwell game, but I was on holiday. The atmosphere must have been tremendous there as well, particularly in that 5th, 6th and 7th went in. It must have been amazing to be there. So yeah, I have to say to you, those feelings are coming back. I'm not saying they're going to be regular by any stretch of the imagination. We're in for some really tough games, but my God, I'm expecting us to do well at Ibrox and start to pick up points away from home, and we won't be too far away. And we might even give some clubs a real run for their money, to be perfectly honest, in this league, because I think we're playing really good stuff, considering where we were when Stevie G just joined us. And hats off to him, and I hope he stays forever.
Rudy, you pointed out the only one transfer window.
Yeah.
But it would be fair to say this will be the weakest squad that will be dealing with Ibrox.
I would imagine so. I think, I think there was something, I don't know the numbers exactly, Ox. I think it was about 24 went out the door, wasn't there? And about 14 or 15 came in. And I think at the time, after a while, they knew who they wanted to do. Simple as that. Some of the boys have gone out and loan, the boy that's gone down south, God, his name escapes me right now. Young Hamilton, boy we got after Hamilton.
Greg Docherty.
Docherty, aye. He's told Greg, the likes of Greg Docherty, for instance, look, I just want you to go out and get some football. He's gone down there, he's done really well. I don't think his team are doing great, but he's getting a regular man of the match thing, he's scoring goals, stuff like that, getting assists. And he's told players like that, look, I just want you to go out and get some football. There's other players that's went out the door that will, on loan. I don't think we'll see them back. I think we will see like Docherty back again. For me, he's had one transfer window. He's had to bring in players on loan as well, just to fill positions, because he knew the players that were here weren't good enough. It was simple as that. You said that Marcel at the end of last season, Ox, most of them could probably go. The pathetic performances that we had to watch last season. And as you say, this will be the weakest squad he'll deal with, because I truly believe that we'll bring a couple of quality players in January. That'll get to the end of the season, and then again, we'll have next summer, there'll be a big budget there for him to bring him and Mark Allen, I would imagine, will sit down and probably making plans already, for players that they're going to target in the summer again.
I'm glad you mentioned Mark Allen there, mate. Fox, is it Twitter on Twitter tomorrow? The club are doing a question and answer with Mark Allen.
I think they are, yes. No, it's Wednesday, mate. I think
Wednesday, is it? Alright, sorry, mate. I've lost a day somewhere, so I've lost a day. Aye, Mark Allen's a big part of your jigsaw there.
Certainly is, and I think he's done really well so far. I'm sure Stephen Gerrard and him sat down and had a couple of really long chats about players. And, they brought McGregor in, they brought centre-backs in, they brought they brought Flanagan in, who can play either side, probably more so a right back than a left back, and they brought Barisic in. So they looked at positions they knew they had to sort right away. In the defence, certainly with the amount of goals that we lost last season, the defence had to be sorted. And they've more or less done that, kind of gone after the ball. But they've done that. They came in and they sorted that, and they worked their way through the team into the midfield, So I think maybe some people are expecting just a wee bit too much for one transfer window. Mark Allen, I think, and him have done a great job. I'm looking forward to January just to see what happens in January, and then I'm even more looking forward to next summer, because I know there will be more quality players coming in summer. I'm looking forward to, as soon as we know who they're bringing in, it'll be exciting, I think, to see who comes in the summer again, because I think the quality of the squad, and I think it's Fox has often said this, as each transfer window goes by, you've got to up the quality each time. You've got to add, not just adding players for the sake of adding players, but it's got to be quality players, Ox, you know. So each transfer window, you've got to bring 2, 3, 4 players in that are better than...
Are you tweaking? What's that you're doing? Tweaking, improving. Yeah?
Aye, absolutely. I mean, you look at positions that you've got, the new players that you've got in there, the new, and you think, okay, he worked. He's no maybe exactly what we thought he was, so you have to go looking for somebody else for that position. And that's what they're doing. They'll be tweaking the squad as each transfer window goes by.
Sorry, Rudy, what's the up?
Can I come in now, Ox, yeah?
Ah, you only go, mate, sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, I heard you saying tweaking. I think, what's that?
Twerking. Is it
Twerking? Oh, right, okay. I don't need to be... I don't really even know what that means, to be honest, but never mind. But I think we've shown over the last 4 or 5 weeks here of playing football, the ups and downs and the disappointments when they were there, and the misgivings about our defence. To me, it's quite hard. It's quite open now. It's we've got major weaknesses, imbalances, call them what you like, and I do definitely think we definitely need a left-sided sort of central defender. We definitely need one to balance the team up, and we need to get Barisic back in playing top of his form. And that gives you that balance across the back, right foot and left foot. But I don't think we can continue playing with John Flanagan. No, I'm no offence to anyone. I don't think he's a left back. I think he's a good defender overall. But I think some of the positions he finds himself in, when he needs to use his right foot, he can't. Sorry, his left foot, he can't, and he has to move it across to his left foot. So it's really over to his right foot. And we saw. What do you call him? For God's sake, the big boy for Brighton, Goldson. So we just saw him making a dreadful own goal, leading with his right foot when it should have been his left. So you get problems all over in that sense. Some of it's quite nice, it's small stuff, but in reality, we definitely need that balance, and we need some real tough people. So the next 2 signings that we get, really and truly, can we have? For me, as a defensive-minded person, please make them tough people. A really solid defensive midfielder, 6'1", 6'2", and a giant at centre half, left-footed, please.
See, Bridgeman, I also think as well, though, you know, I think they've got to give him a wee bit of leeway with the amount of injuries and suspensions he's had in such a short space of time as well, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you look at that we've had just since July up to now, you know, July, August up to now, you know, you're only halfway through November just now. And the injury table in there must be absolutely horrendous. You know, they've been queuing up at times to get onto it. So I think they have to give him a wee bit of leeway. He's no really had, I don't think, if I remember right, a full squad to pick for. You know, there's always been 3-4 players out, injuries. You get daft refereeing decisions that's cost players suspensions, you know, like Candeas and Morelos, guys like that. You know, so I think we have to give him a bit of leeway because of that, you know. It's just the way it is just now. We're going through this phase of a series of injuries, you know, we're trying to get players back, like Dorrans. Rossiter's had a bit of a run out now, he's on his way back. We'll just get Ryan Jack back, you know. These are all really good players, you know, that he should be able to call on when he needs them. The centre-back position, I agree with 100%, Bridgeman. 100%. They've got to look for a left-sided centre-back with a good left foot on him, you know. I don't think we have that. The new Worrell will go back in the summer, obviously. He's already stated he's gone back, so that's fine. I'm not unhappy about that in any way, because I don't think he's really what we need, big Worrell, Joe Worrell, you know. Good player, young player, you know, he's probably still got loads to learn. But I agree with you, Bridge. I would like to see a really good left-sided centre-back coming in.
Big Ulster, Stevie J, is he the leader of our club?
I think so, mate. You can hear the way he comes across, and he has all the attributes as a player as well. As the captain and leader of Liverpool for many years. But I think we need to start putting the onus on our team a wee bit more. I would like to see a few more leaders and winners coming into the team. I know we're demanding a winner in the team at the minute, you know, somebody to step up. But to be fair, like, we don't have a lot of winners. We don't have a lot of people with winning experience. That's just something we just don't have at the minute. Hopefully that can change, or some people who's been around the club before, or a club sort of similar who wins every week. We're looking at like Olsen to step up, but he's still a young player. Had bit parts for Brighton, I think it was. So that's the sort of type of player that we have at the minute. But that's not to say they won't flourish in the leaders eventually. And take heed from the manager, and maybe with his guidance that can push him on a wee bit and give him the confidence to start leading from the front. And I think that'll happen as windows come. You'll start to see more experience, I think, coming into the team. But at the minute, Stevie G's definitely the leader, as I would say. But I think people like Alan McGregor, he's the medals. You can see as well, his performances are really good. You can see him screaming at the team, etc., and trying to keep everybody, in the right frame of mind, especially when you're at Ibrox watching the games, when you can see the whole overlay of the pitch. So, like Alan McGregor, you have there, but at the minute, I would say Stevie G's probably the biggest voice, and he is the manager, and that's what's going to happen. But I would just like to see a few more leaders in the team leading from example when your maybe games aren't going right, and sometimes like we've seen this season, there's maybe been a few games that we haven't really been able to work teams out, and we've sort of I would just like to see somebody grab the game by the scruff, lead by example, show that wee bit of class to maybe do something different and get us that goal. I think that's what we're lacking.
Is Barisic very near coming back, boys? Does anybody know?
No sure, Bridge.
Because you definitely miss him. He's definitely quality, isn't he? Not taking too much away from Andy Halliday when he stepped in. I thought he did quite well, but I don't think Halliday's a step up, if you follow what I mean. He's a level step.
But he's certainly been better than Flanagan.
Oh, absolutely. In that position, most assuredly. You've got to feel for Flanagan. I do. I feel for Flanagan. I think it's unfortunate because some of the games we've played have been really high-pressure games, and most of the pressure coming down on top of him. And you find he gets easily out of position because he's not thinking from a left-sided perspective. He's thinking from a right-sided perspective. Yeah. Very easily done when you're there.
Yeah.
I think that Steven Gerrard is going to be absolute world class for us. I really do think so. We need to be able to keep going, keep it going, should I say, in my old saying. But we need to keep going in the manner we played against Motherwell and the ruthlessness that he talked about. Last season we might have beat Motherwell with 10 men, but it might have been 3-1. Do you follow what I mean? It may have been a 3-1 and we would have been happy with that.
Second half at the weekend, some of the football they played was absolutely brilliant.
Scintillating stuff. Really good.
Watch, Bridge, and there was a lot of this in the media, but it was only against 10 men. Well, they never said that the other night when Scotland beat Albania with 10 men, So they pick and choose where they have a dig and who they have a dig at. But to go out there, regardless of whether it was against 10 men, and they score 4 goals, in the second half, and, Alfredo had come off. They took Alfredo off, and they scored 4 goals for midfielders and that, and wide men. It was brilliant to watch, so it was. But the concern that I've got is after the last international break, we beat Rapid Vienna 3-1, we beat Hearts 3-1, 2 really good performances. We're going to the international break, we come back, we play Livingston, we play like mince. We're coming off a really good performance against Motherwell, an absolute drubbing we gave them. So we come into the international break, we come after that, and we're going to see the same thing again. And Fox touched on a really good word for me, consistency. They've got to start showing consistency now. And they have to be confident in each other, they have to be confident in each other's play, and they have to start playing with a bit of verve. They've got pace in the team, for the midfield forwards, into the forwards, we've got pace. They've got to start using that pace. And they've got to start using the quality that they've got, Bridge. We can't have a break for 2 weeks and then come back and it's slow paced and passing's bad and that can't happen again, surely.
Well, I think the bar's been set by the team
themselves. Can I just take you back to your Flanagan one, mate, just for a second?
Go on, pal.
I was interested in you. I have got sympathy for Flanagan playing on his natural side of the pitch, but I don't think that excuses his positional play. Or he's not been able to pass the ball. I think what keeps showing up with John is his total lack of pace, mate, and people just get away with him. And I think he'd be the same playing on the other side of the park. I just think he's a guy who likes a tackle. But tackling's not a lot of good if you can't catch anybody.
Yeah, I think he finds when he's playing on the left side, you can see him. He likes to go forward, playing on the left. It might gets him away from the pressure area. And if the ball comes to him, he's generally always got a forward to pass to or a midfielder to pass to as well. But when you put him back into the left back, right into the left back position, and the pressure comes on him, he doesn't have anyone to pass to. Really, he's got to make his own pass. He's got to be able to beat the man or pass a nice long ball and then invariably go to the park. I've saw him. I think he made a goal the last game at Ibrox. I think he made a lovely goal. Not there and now, but the previous time. I think it's St Mirren or something. He put a lovely ball through. But other than that, he's part of an attacking team. He's had a couple of shots, but in reality, he's a right-sided player, a right-sided thinking player, and he's playing on the left side of the park, and that's a weakness in its own. And you're right, his positional sense is poor, and he lacks that pace. He really does lack the pace as required. Now, I don't know whether that's a fitness thing or not. It certainly it appears to be playing against a lot of fast players because he's slow. Let's put it that way. So whether they're really fast or not, he certainly makes them look fast.
Yeah, but the guy likes a tackle. He's brave enough, you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whether he's good enough all the time will tell. And back to Rudy's point, up which I'll take to Big Ulster. Poorest squad, Stevie G's got to have to deal with Big Man.
Well, I've said that a few times on here before, you know, and it is his weakest squad. You know, some other managers and other clubs are lucky because you have those experienced players. You know, sometimes if there's a change in management, you know, all right, the team normally they've got rid of their manager for whatever reason. Maybe results haven't been going too well, but there's always those, you know, maybe 2 or 3 players that you can rely on and build round. I don't think we really had that. CVG didn't really have that because the defence was a laughing stock. Had to be completely changed. The goalkeeper had to be changed. The midfield had to be completely looked at again. We had the add attackers in, both on the left and right hand side. So we didn't really have any key players that we could really look on and build around. So I think that's been an issue for him. But I think he's done pretty well from what the money he's had to spend. A few loan additions as well, which has worked out well for us, apart from Big Sadiq. I think in the main the loan signings have done pretty well. So I think as the windows go on, he'll look at the players that have been successful for him. Some of the players that he maybe thinks aren't just updates now that he's seen them for a pretty good long period of time. Maybe get rid of a few of them if he can. Not loads, but a few of them if possible. Bring a few in key positions, and then we'll go again, a better team hopefully.
Right. You mentioned money value for cash, Fox. I think it was 19, I think, off the top of my head, 68 or 69, we signed Alec McDonald on this day. £50,000. Pound for pound, was he one of our best ever signings?
Great wee player, mate. I wish we had him now. Terrific.
Is there anybody else? I mean, I know people have come through the ranks like Sandy and John Gregg and that, but somebody were signed. What a signing.
Aye. And he was a bit Ibrox for a long time as well. I think he played under 4 or 5 managers, did they know? Who was it originally signed him, mate? Was it Davy White? You know that? No?
Davy White, aye.
Aye, and then who after him, of course, was
Wally
John
Waddle.
Craig.
Wally
John
Waddle.
Craig.
Wally Waddle.
Oh, Wally Waddle, John Craig, and then
Jock Wallace.
Aye.
Then John Gregg. Then.
Aye. Oh, terrific wee player, mate. 50,000 was quite a few quid back then. I would take it and all, but
Aye, it was. It's
sounds
not relevant.
this day, but terrific wee player, mate. There was a man.
I think you're not giving him enough praise. I think he was a great player for Rangers. Absolutely superb player for Rangers. Did everything I saw anyway. He was up and down the sort of box to box type player. Just great. Fantastic. Scored some great goals for us. Great goals.
Sorry, we stopped.
How did they play
Yeah,
on his
stopped.
how did they play on his debut, Rudy?
Aye, aye, hey you, what are you asking me for?
But I mean, obviously, me and you are similar ages. We grew up with Alan McDonald being a stalwart of the team, but
Did, mate, aye.
£50,000, unbelievable.
Seems like a real bargain now, doesn't it? If you could pick a player up like that for that kind of money nowadays, you'd be absolutely over the moon, wouldn't you? He was always one of my dad's favourites. My old fella just absolutely loved him to bits, so he did. And you can see why, you know, his Bridgeman says, what a fantastic player he was. 50 grand back in 68 was a hell of a lot of money. But as you say, it's all relevant. You know, if you could buy that kind of talent nowadays, it cost you way more than 50 grand. So it would, we could be doing with one or two Alec McDonalds in the team nowadays, to be honest. Wouldn't mind one or two of them.
Fox, you come back in, mate?
No, I was letting you go. I was trying to think when he made his debut, mate. It must have been a long, long time ago. When would that be?
I'll check it out, mate, while you're talking. Ulster a bit before your time, but a great name in the Rangers history.
Yes, man, that's some money, but I know money was obviously different then. I don't know what players would have been going for around that time, but if you guys are saying it, then who better to listen to than the experts? But yeah, a great name, and what a price! That's crazy.
I think he scored in his European debut. If I remember back then, mate, that's a long time. I think it was a German side. Would have been his European debut. I think I can remember that. I'd be going away back to about 78, 79. Would that be about right?
I think you mean 68, 69.
Is it? Oh, maybe I'm getting dates mixed up, mate.
Obviously, he's part of the Barcelona Bears Centenary Cup final. I think did he play in that? I think he did. Part of two treble winning teams. Part of the team that won the league in 1975. He played in some great and loads of cup finals. I remember one. I think it was a League Cup final. He scored a magnificent diving header, Bridge.
Absolutely, that's the truth. And you know, it wasn't even a high header. You know, jumping up for it. How can I say this? Kind of level. You know, level with the ground type header. You know, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, we loved him. We loved him. We Doddy, fantastic, superb, magic. I think back to the same time you were sort of talking about in 1968, Rangers signed him. 68, I think it was 68. We can't sign the great Colin Steen, £100,000. So you just think about it. Rangers spent a lot of money in 1968, and they got two absolute stars. That's for 150 grand. They got a wee Doddy and they got Colin Steen. Just magnificent stuff. Magnificent.
What would you do now, Bridge, for a Colin Steen and a Doddy?
I'd murder somebody. Oh boy, imagine landing those two. I mean, I think Ulster knows how I feel about him. But the what do you call him, young Davis, Stephen Davis, if he came back to Rangers if the opportunity arose and we got him back for that song that people are going on about, it would be wonderful bringing him in for 2 seasons just to see us through, because we've got some youngsters coming through. It'd be great for him to come through and help, along with that boy Macaulay, who's hopefully going to help out in the defence. I know he came on against Motherwell and they looked the part, but again, I can't judge too much because it's against 10 men, you know. There's not much you can say about that. But
can I just come in with a quick question for Fox? How many yellow cards did Alec McDonald get for us?
Oh, for Christ's sake, you asked me some questions. Many yellow cards.
I love it.
I'll have a mad gamble at, say, 5.
Unlucky. 3, mate. 3.
3. Well,
there we go. 512 games, 27 as sub, 97 goals, 3 yellows, 3 reds.
Wow.
And guess who 2 reds were against? A CD or a fridge magnet for the prize winner.
Love it. Just love it.
Anybody?
Be against the stick.
Aye. And if you can get the third one, you can have both Fridge Maggot and CD.
Aberdeen.
Albion Rovers.
Right.
Oh my God. Why is he getting sent off against Albion? No, we don't want him. Oh, I love it. I just love it. Yeah, you know, Rudy, it was 68 was some year for the Rangers. I'm dancing with all these great signings coming. And we used to travel all over the country watching the Rangers. It was just great to watch. What a team. What a team.
You're right there, Bridgman.
I just loved it. Just loved it. And so, do we hanker back for those days, eh? Oh, wow. And of course, I met my wife in 1968. Great day.
You just remember
Great
that?
day in February. A great day. I'm just meaning that 68 and 69 were fantastic years, you know. Fantastic years. Oh, well, I'm away before I start greeting, eh?
68, 69. I don't think we won it in that year, did we?
No, we didn't. We didn't win it.
Oh, we were great players. We had great players. I think the next thing we won was Derek Johnson in 1970, wasn't it?
Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. I don't know where that tours has went. Just on a personal note, can I thank everybody in Rangers Radio for their support, their kind words over the last few weeks. Bridgeman, last word of the evening.
Oh, can I just say it's great to hear you back, pal, and thanks to True Blue for standing in, and the other boys, Ulster and Blue Shadow and all that. It was marvellous. I thoroughly enjoyed listening abroad. It was really good. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, you need to keep it going for the Rangers, boys, because the Rangers really need us, and we need to do it. So keep it going.
Can I thank Bridgeman Fox, Rudy Bear, Big Ulster, and Stickman Jimmy for taking the time to join us here at Rangers Radio. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.